I'm Dayna Reggero, and I'm taking the Climate Listening Project across America to meet with women who are working together to protect their families and communities. We're listening to ordinary women, unsung heroes, who are confronting fossil fuel industries, climate change impacts, and a culture of extraction. Connected through Moms Clean Air Force, they are doing research, planting seeds of hope, and inspiring people across the country to share their stories, take action, and find solutions to create a better future for us all. This is the story we want. We're in Southwest Pennsylvania and meeting with moms that are in areas where you look at a map of the number of fracking wells in that area and how close they are to schools. It is astounding.
We are in Pennsylvania, Southwest Pennsylvania, and I'm a mom. In the past, I was aware of environmental issues, climate change. I was aware of fracking. Then, whenever it comes in your backyard, that is reality.
We have already so much drilling around us. We're inundated, and they still want to bring in more wells around our school.
Opening up the entire township, not only to well sites, but to pipelines, to other infrastructure like large permanent compressor stations.
We're talking about new ways of drilling where we're pumping chemicals into the ground.
You start awakening, and you start realizing what's happening to your community.
This is our picturesque campus.
It is beautiful.
And it's beautiful out here, and you wouldn't expect to find a well pad 1/2 a mile.
That's what those will look like when they're done. There'll be 20 some of them when they're done. When is enough enough? When have we done as much as we should in one area?
I actually got involved in it not as a physician, but as a parent when a gas well was proposed close to my daughter's school. Proximity to gas wells is associated with decreased birth rate, increased birth defects, and also increased hospitalizations for different diseases. Particularly when you're looking at a carcinogen like benzene, the latency period for that's going to be at least 15 years. So we may not see these things until much later.
Yeah, my daughter is 12 years old. She's actually my granddaughter that I've adopted. She started to exhibit symptoms. They then sent us to a toxicologist who confirmed that she had been benzene exposed. Her medical conditions follow the drilling pattern pretty regular. So we're out here trying to disrupt that cycle, hoping that they won't drill again and that she won't have to suffer again.
So where are we here now?
Amanda lives about approximately, maybe about 1,100 feet away from the well pad.
We're looking at children being the most vulnerable to living near wells, and they're going to put it that close to the school. So not only do my kids have to live beside it 100% of their life, they go to school beside it. With fracking, that's what they tell you. You might as well just sign the lease, and they'll tell you everything that you want to hear. They'll tell you that all of your neighbors have signed. They'll tell you that the people down the street have signed. But then, once we started talking to each other and asking, well, hey, did you sign away your mineral rights? Did you sign a lease? We started to learn that people actually didn't want it there, and that there were more people that weren't going to sign versus the ones that wanted it.
The idea of having children in and of itself says that you have a stake in what is going into the future. I get really worried about, are they going to have health effects when they're older?
At one point they were marketing this as your patriotic duty.
Yes.
And how is that a patriotic duty to sacrifice my children for the profit of, the energy company to ship it overseas?
Even though I wasn't involved with climate issues or thinking about climate change being real, we care about having clean water. We took it for granted. We care about having clean air, but we took it for granted. And, we certainly care about our kids' health.
Companies tried to silence these moms with a gag order, but the moms won and kept their right to speak out about concerns for their children's health. You know, these moms are not activists. They weren't environmentalists before this issue, and now they are. And they're all over the community, but to see them come together and have conversations about solutions and be able to really hash it out and say, all right, what are we gonna do next? What have we done already? What else can we do? And it's that constant trying to figure out, how can we help our children? What's the best way that we can help our children?
Don't wait till something happens to you to act. Know what's going on, know who you're voting for and what your elected officials stand for.
And to me, that's the most important message at the end of the day, is to not be silenced and carry on that conversation.